Hi, it's me from the channel. Today we're going to be reading Pickle and the Magic Hat Trick. It's story time. It was a dark and stormy night. A little green pumpkin named Pickle was sitting on a windowsill. His stem was shaking with fear. The wind was so strong that it knocked him off the sill and onto the ground. "Boo," said Pickle, the spooky and funny Halloween pumpkin. He was not scared of the dark or the scary stories that the other pumpkins told about the big bad witch. He liked being spooky and funny. All of the other pumpkins were too scared to even open their mouths, but Pickle wasn't like the others. He loved telling jokes. He would say things like, "Hey, what did the ghost say to the skeleton? Nothing." It was a real boneyard sale. Ha ha! He also liked scary movies, spooky music, and everything else about Halloween. One day, while watching a Halloween parade on TV, Pickle saw something that made his eyes pop out. There was a man in a magic hat doing a magic trick. The man pulled the flower behind his ear, and poof, it disappeared. Then he pulled out a long string of spaghetti, and the crowd went wild. "Wow," said Pickle. "I want to do a magic trick for the Halloween party tonight." So he started to practice. First, he tried pulling something behind his ear. But when he turned around, there was nothing there. "Oh, well," thought Pickle. "Maybe I'm not as good at magic tricks as that man." Just then, he had an idea. He could pull something out of his mouth. So he put a big piece of cheese in his mouth and pulled it out. He tried to look surprised. Hey, presto, change-o. The cheese flew out of his mouth and landed on the ground. It didn't look very magical. In fact, it looked pretty gross. Pickle felt like giving up, but then he thought of something. He could make the cheese disappear. He took a big bite and then pulled the rest of it into his mouth. Hey, presto, change-o. And the cheese was gone. Pickle was so excited. He could do a magic trick after all. At the Halloween party, all of the pumpkins were too scared to perform. They just sat on the hay bales and watched the other costumed characters. When it was finally time for the costume contest, all of the pumpkins were so scared that they hid their faces behind their big orange grins. But Pickle wasn't scared. He took a deep breath and said, "Hey, presto, change-o." And then he pulled a long green bow tie out of his mouth. All of the pumpkins gasped, one by one. They took off their disguises. They couldn't believe that Pickle had done a real magic trick. And that's the end of our story. The end. Well, that was a spooky and funny Halloween story, wasn't it? Did you like the magic trick that Pickle did? Do you know any spooky and funny Halloween jokes? Tell them to us in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.